Here we are at the finished labu again on a very warm Halloween. 20 degrees is quite exceptional for this time of year. I'm just showing this this bow. I got this interest in the Mesolithic, which is the Middle Stone Age. All of our ancestors were hunter-gatherers, went through this period of using a bow, and this is one I've made which is basically authentic. It wouldn't be any different 7,000–8,000 years ago. It's based on some models that have come out of peat. It's a yew bow with knots, so it's potentially going to break when it's used, but it's got this rawhide pattern. This is a shock absorber, so this prevents any sort of shattering. It's almost a flat bow. It's sort of rectangular in section. The bowstring I got is this is also the kind of bowstring they would have used, they would have harvested locally. This is lime bast, lime bark, and I've processed this by having it in running water, rotting it down, and then I've plaited it and I've waxed it. So this is the one of the materials I would have used. It makes a very, very strong cordage. This is just a close-up of the bow. You can see the way I've wrapped the rawhide in this pattern. And the models they found, the bows, they've actually found the bows. They'd lost the rawhide; it had rotted away. But they've got the yew with these marks, these patterns on it, and they think that's it's rawhide or sinew they used to use as well. And this is a close-up of the cordage, which is 3-ply. It's got 3 strands going into it. There's the bowman's knot at the end, and this is an arrow I made from hazel. It's got this insulating tape so I can find the arrows again. I think they would have used ochre or something. I made it about 3 years ago, this bow, and it's the bow's alright, it's just the string needs maintenance with a wax, but it doesn't take much to reweave the string if it breaks. I got plenty more of this material, but it'll do the trick over the 20 yards or 20 meters that one would be using it to hunt deer. And this, the tip would have a flint on it, of course, several flints, Mesolithic. This string, it's the basswoods in America that are relatives of the limes. Just in case you wonder what lime is, it's the basswoods. I'll just try it out. Hopefully it'll work. Well, that's gone 40 yards or so without even really trying. I haven't even put a bit of a bow on the bow. I haven't tightened the string up, and I don't know what the poundage is of it, but this bow, I fired it into oak tree trunks and it's just gone right in without any arrowhead on it. It's got some guts, and I'm just making I'm making a new flatter bow just at the moment, so I'll show you that in due course. I got the rawhide and whatever ready for it, so but it's no, it does the trick. Just the thing that's occurred to me is when they were using these in the past, it would have been difficult in wet weather with these materials. I don't know whether they would wrap it in a hide case or something. They'd have to keep it out of the rain to keep the materials working properly. So that's a sort of difficulty they would have. You know, a modern bowstring wouldn't. Some of them wouldn't have that problem. Anyway, I'll go and look for the arrow. Just showing this Mesolithic period, what they would have had. I've got this Mesolithic Flint arrowhead, which I found up in the mountains. It's lost its tip, and it's been heavily eroded in the peat and in gravel, but that would have been on the bound to the, probably they make a notch and they would bound it then with sinew in there like that, and then they would have some barbs going running down here, 4 barbs. There's been bows from arrows from I think it's from Denmark or Sweden, where they found these. They've found this flint arrangement, and they reckon that it was a needle at the sort of front and then some barbs running back, tied on with sinew and firmed up with some pine bark. I'm just showing one of the sort of yew trees that I used to get a bow stave. There's one I've taken there. I cut that off about that size. I get a couple of bows out of that, flat bows, but I try and find one of these uprights that hasn't got so many branches on it for the bow stave, and you know, this is about the size. There's another one over here, small yew tree. See, I've taken one up here. There's some bigger staves there. I'd hesitate to take those because nice to keep the tree, sort of thing. I can get what I need from something that size, and with the rawhide sort of backing. Got some more yew down there, more trees, but you get the bigger trees, they're not so easy. They get to this size, you tend to, these horizontal ones that are coming out aren't so useful, so it's the smaller ones I see it's starting to branch now. It's the smaller ones, smaller trees when they're getting going, that seem to produce the best sort of bow staves.